So dear students, today I will start third unit, that is for BBA second year, fourth semester students. This is business law and ethics class. And third unit syllabus, once we examine before we proceed into the topic. First, in the third unit, we have to learn about Companies Act. It is totally about companies. In our daily life, we several times we purchase goods and other articles produced by companies. Okay, it may be right from toothpaste to when we sleep, it may be pillow, or it may be any chadar that we use. Majority of them are produced by companies. So in this third unit, we will learn about companies. What do you mean by company? Definition of company, characteristic features of company, classification of companies means how many types of companies are there. Classification means types. Formation of company, how a company is formed. And in company's formation, two important documents are there: Memorandum of Association and Articles of Association. Apart from that, prospectus is also there. So we will come to know about Memorandum of Association and Articles of Association and prospectus. And we will come to know about who is a shareholder and regarding their meetings, shareholders meetings. Not only that, board meetings. Board means not our classroom blackboard or green board. It is company's directors board meetings. And apart from that, law relating to meetings and proceedings. And what do you mean by company? Company management, how it is going to be done. Qualifications of managers or directors or managing directors. Who is going to appoint them? What are the powers and legal positions of directors? How directors board is constituted means who is going to be MD, who is going to be chairman, what are the laws regarding them, their powers. So these are the topics that we are going to learn in third unit. Is it clear? Did you understand? Is it clear? Did you understand? Okay. So first of all, meaning of a company. What is company? See, before we proceed to meaning, let us discuss various organizations. In the evolution of organizations, first organization you will find is sole proprietorship or individual firm. Only one person is going to maintain everything in the organization. That is sole proprietorship or individually organized organization. Sole means a single person. So after sole proprietorship is over, we came to know about in the evolution, we have to discuss about partnership firms. Partnership, as the name itself implies, is a combination of two or more than people, more than two people. That combination is known as partnership organization. So after sole trade organization establishment is over, next second set of organizations is partnership. See, in partnership organization, there are certain limitations. Maximum number of limit in a partnership is according to the Act. Partnership Act was constituted in the year 1932. According to this Act, maximum, if it is banking business, means only 10 members can form a partnership organization. If other business, it is maximum number of members is 20 members. So there is a limitation in Partnership Act. See, sole means only single person is going to establish the organization. Whereas in partnership, two or more than two persons, but maximum there is a limit of 10 members in a banking business and 20 in other businesses. That is according to the Act of 1932, Indian Partnership Act. Okay. So in order to overcome these limitations, see, in the beginning of this class, I mentioned right from morning to night time, we use various products which are of companies, right from our toothbrush, and right from our toothpaste to pillow covers or pillows or carts. We are going to use the products that are being made by companies nowadays, because see, companies can be established with crores of rupees due to the limitations of sole trading organization or due to the limitations of partnership act. Company system has emerged. In a public company, what is private company, what is public company, in the subsequent classes we will learn different types. Classification of companies is there in our syllabus. So for the time being, in a public company, there is no limit of members. Even crores of members may join in a public limited company. So that is why they can be established with crores of rupees. So that is the advantage of company form of organization. In a company, crores of members may join without any limitation. In a partnership organization, I mentioned maximum number of members is limited to 10 or 20, depending upon the business that is being carried out by partnership organization. So in case of company form of organization, there is no limitation in case of public limited company. So that is why the company system of organization has emerged. In company, there is no limit of members, provided it is a public limited company. Okay, coming to the derivation of this word, how the word company is derived means this is derived, as you all know, several English words are derived from foreign languages. It may be Latin, it may be French, it may be German language, maybe sometimes it may be from Sanskrit. So English language is derived, the words are derived, several words are derived from other languages. So this word of company is derived from a Latin word, that is companies. See, companies is made up of two words. One is com and another one is pennies. Okay, com means together and pennies means bread. So it is the common meaning, in common parlance, the meaning is a group of persons who eat together, who ate together. Okay, from that word, from the word of companies, Latin word, the word company has emerged. Okay, I hope you understood. It is a combination of two Latin words, combination of two Latin words, com and panis. Com means together, panis means eat bread. So the people who together eat bread in a general sense, that is. So based on that, the word company has been derived. Okay, a company is a voluntary association of persons. See, voluntary means what? There is no force from anybody. Willingly, happily, if we perform an activity, that is voluntary activity. As the discussion came, I would like to inform you, my dear students, today is World Blood Donation Day. See, if it is a physical class, means in our college, we must have organized a blood donation camp. It may be by a particular department or it may be by NSS or NCC. Every year they will generally arrange. Okay, so blood donation, how we are doing? It is a voluntary activity. Means nobody will force. If we are willing to donate our blood, we will donate our blood. That is voluntary, means without any force of anybody or from anybody. Nobody is forcing other person to donate blood. So similarly, here also, a company, in a company form of organization, people voluntarily come forward and they form association. That is, the association is in the name of company. For what is the purpose of? Normally, it is earning profit with investment of capital. So they all together will invest capital in the business organization. That is company. For a profit motive. In any business organization, you all know, profit motive is going to be there. Main aim is to earn profits. See, what is the benefit? The difference between other organizations and a company form of organization, I will mention how it works. Okay, this is very, very important. As commerce students, you should be able to understand the benefit of investing in a company. Okay, Now let us take, for example, suppose in our class 20 students are there. Let us take, for example. So each one has given 1,000 rupees to a company. Let us take, for example. So total, what is the investment? Total, what is the capital? 20,000 is going to be there with the company. So with this 20,000 as investment, as a initial investment, as capital of the organization, they will carry out together, this company will carry out certain activities. So in a particular year, 60,000 is earned by profit. Let us take, for example, for your easy understanding, I am mentioning 60,000 they earned as profit. But after expenses are over, after for some amount they have kept aside as reserve. In next year, we may incur losses. For that, certain provision is to be made. So totally 1 lakh is earned as profit. Out of this, 40,000 they kept as reserve. Means they will not use it for any purpose. Just they will keep this in a separate account in a bank. Let us take, for example. So remaining amount is 60,000. This 60,000 will be divided among 20. Means if you calculate, see, everybody is getting how many rupees? Everybody is getting 3,000 rupees. See, that is the greatness of a company form of organization. See, whatever profits come, they will be distributed among shareholders. You are all shareholders. Means you are investing in a company form of organization, and the profit, whatever profit is there, that money is going to be distributed among the shareholders of the company. So in any other business, this is not possible. See, suppose if you are investing in bank, you have invested 40,000 in the bank. It may be SBI or ICICI or Union Bank of India. It may be any other bank. See, you will get a fixed amount as interest. That's all. Even if a bank earns crores of rupees, hundreds of crores of rupees, you will get only fixed amount as interest. But in case of company, you can earn lakhs of rupees or sometimes crores of rupees as your return on investment. That is the beauty of company form of organization. Did you understand? Or shall I explain with another example? Somebody please respond. Did you understand? Yes, please. Yes, please, you understand? Did you understand, or shall I again explain the concept? Yes, sir. Okay, right. That is fine. So in our country, several times Companies Act has been amended. But first time Companies Act was made in a big manner, in a tremendous manner in 1956. So Companies Act, when it was formed, when it was made, enacted, means we have to mention 1956 actual. But recently, in the year 2013, there were major changes in Companies Act. So now we have to mention, if anybody asks you, in 1956, Companies Act was initially made. But in the year 2013, latest amendments have been made. Latestly, it is incorporated in 2013, you have to mention. So in a multiple choice, if it comes, if the year 2013 is there, means you have to tick 2013 only. But in the question, if it is there, means first time when Companies Act was made in India, means you have to mention 1956. But subsequently, recently in the year 2013, they made several changes in that act. Okay. Now definition. On definition, we will see. So I hope company, the meaning you understood. Okay. In our normal terms, we can define a company as an association of persons for a profit motive or with a profit motive. They have joined together with a profit motive. And a voluntary association of persons for profit motive. We can define like that. Okay. We're coming to major definition. A company is an incorporated association. Incorporated means registered officially. You have to register a company under the Companies Act 2013. According to this act, you have to register a company. So that is what you mean by saying incorporated. Incorporated implies registered. So a company is an incorporated association, which is an artificial person. Artificial person means you cannot see it physically. See, me means you can see. Your friends you can see physically. Whereas this is artificial person. Artificial means created by law. Artificial means you cannot see physically, you cannot touch, you cannot smell it, but it exists in the registered certificate. In the certificate, it will exist. The company will exist. So it is an artificial person created by law, having a separate legal entity. Means separate legal entity means it is different from shareholders. Shareholders are different. Company is different. Managing directors are different. Company is different. Director is different. Company is different. That is what you mean by saying separate legal entity. Legally, it has its own powers. Means it can be sued. Means it can file a case against any person in the court. Similarly, others also can file a case against a company. That is what you mean by saying separate legal entity. So legally, lawfully, it has its own features. Others can file a case against the company can file a case against others. Okay, so with a perpetual succession means it will go on forever. Even if a director dies, company will not stop. Even if managing director dies, company will not stop. Even if shareholders die, the company will not stop. It will go on forever. So, and a common seal, it will have its own common seal. Common seal means stamp in our simple terms. So if you take study certificate, if you take TC from your college, if principals are simply signs, it is not enough. He has to affix stamp. College seal he has to affix. Only then it will be valid. Similarly, for every company, common seal is going to be there. Rubber stamp is going to be there. That has to be affixed on documents. Only then the documents will become official. Okay. So a company is an incorporated association, which is an artificial person created by law, having a separate legal entity with a perpetual succession. Perpetual means never ending. It will go on forever. Perpetual succession and a common seal. That is what you mean by saying company. Okay. Next, see company definition. This is given by Lord Justice Lindley. You can see I have downloaded this from iedunote.com. So a company is a voluntary organization of many persons who contribute money or money's worth. In our example, I mentioned you 20 have contributed, each have contributed 1,000 rupees to the company I mentioned. Okay, so you can contribute the shareholders, the persons who contribute, they can contribute either in a money form or money's worth. Money's worth means, see, gold ornaments they can give their vehicles, they can give land, they can give building for the company. Okay, so money or money's worth to common stock and employ it in some trade or business. So the money or the vehicle that you give or the buildings that you give, it may be used for benefit in a trade or business, and who share the profit or loss arising therefore. So whatever in our example I mentioned, last year 60,000 profits came, 20 you are going to distribute among yourselves. So if loss is there means that also the loss also has to be borne by you only. So who share the profit or loss arising therefore. So you together establish an organization in the name of a company. You are going to register it. It will have a perpetual existence. Even if anybody dies, it will not stop. It will go on forever, and it will have its own common seal. Means stamp is going to be there, and it is a separate legal entity from the shareholders, from the persons who have contributed money. That is what you mean by saying company. I hope you understood. See, in today's lesson, what we have learned, we have simply understood what a company means, how the word company has been derived. We came to know about it. It is a combination of two words, Latin words, Kam and panis. Kam means together, panis means bread. So if together people eat bread, that is the original meaning of the company's word, that is a Latin word, and that has been derived by English language. Okay, this is a definition, and this is definition given by Lord Justice Lindley. Okay, so meaning and definition of company we have learned in this class. In the next class, we will learn about characteristic features of company, and if time permits, we will learn about classification of companies also in the next class. Okay, so we are in the third chapter. So thank you very much, dear friends.